Welcome back, everybody. It's Sports Federation TV. Every week we take a look at what's happening with sport in the Western Cape. Now, you'll of course know that many of the sport federations haven't had a lot of events, but the provincial events certainly have been continuing. Last week at UWC, it was the Western Cape Aquatics Championships. And of course, for those of you that are not sure about aquatics, swimming is of course the code that we're talking about here. Aquatics, of course, makes up many different codes, from water polo to diving and, of course, swimming. Now, it was the swimming championships at UWC with a lot of the clubs involved on the day. Fantastic occasion. We actually managed to catch up with some of the coaches, some of the athletes, as well as the president of Western Cape Aquatics, Llewellyn Coetzee. Let's take a look at what happened.
It's been quite a bit of a relief, actually. I mean, we've had to take a lot of getting used to the new times, the new protocols and everything else to make sure everyone's safe between social distancing and everything else. So it was quite a bit of a getting used to. Yeah, it's been quite challenging, but I think with the hard work and determination of the kids and the coaches, I think we've actually done quite well up until now, and we're all still working hard to going forward. Yeah, it's been quite difficult, especially with the old COVID times being knocked off, and we're going back to the pre-COVID times where I think we should have been from the very beginning. It gave a lot of good motivation for the kids to go back and work harder, and I think it's been quite a bit of a challenge, but we're making our way through. We are quite a small club still. We are growing slowly as we make our way through the galas and that. Luckily we have a big enough pool where each squad and senior squad, junior squad have their own space and time. So we've managed to make our way through with it. Yeah, it's been quite a bit of a year, a lot of hard work. We are getting there slowly. Now it's just a bit of a festive season. Clear our heads, clear our minds and bodies, rest up, and then we're back into January, hard work.
It feels good, just like getting back into the swing of things and trying to get fit again. It was tough and it was a big challenge because obviously lockdown was quite long. It was extended a lot, so you like the whole lockdown threw you off, like your fitness and levels went down. So it was difficult to get back, but it's good. And like chasing national times now, so again it was very challenging, but it went good, I won't lie, because by times I've been having PBs now. Like before COVID, I couldn't bring my times down afterwards for like a whole 6 months, and then I started coming down like recently, so it's been good. It's going good, not great, but good. I have 3 PBs so far, so I'm 4 events. I was trying to go 110 in my 100 pack, I didn't, but I still PB'd, so it was good. It was definitely a nice feeling to see like everyone that you competed with, like, because it's Western Cape Champs, so all of them are back, because we haven't seen each other really. We haven't had that much galas where we could see each other, so having everyone here in one venue and competing, it's really nice.
Look, it was a challenging year. COVID hit us very hard, as we are a community club, you know, and as you know, we have a family bond, we have that closeness, and this is what kept us going and kicking. I used to share gym programs with them, you know. We had Zoom sessions and online sessions, but it was hard, it was tough, because look, most of my kids in we situated, we're based in Athlone area, right? And I have kids from Grassy Park and those. So there was a challenge for me getting to access, like, you know, tracks and open fields but you know, But I don't want to now brand the area much, but it was a challenging thing because they never had yard space to train. So yes, the challenge was great. However, I had to stay 24/7 in contact with him. And as they were kids of 12, 13, 14, it was a challenge for me. And my wife was telling me, "You're getting on the phone with the kids, you're getting on the phone." I said, "Well, that's the only way I'm going to keep them motivated." And believe it or not, with the WhatsApp platform, the channel, they were on me 24/7 as well. "Coach, what next? When can we go swim?" Look, it was a great challenge because I trained out of Virgin Active Gatesville and a Retreat Municipal Pool. And as you know, during COVID, everything was closed, and then the first thing that opened was the Gatesville Virgin Active. But we was restricted to numbers though. And that was another challenge. Why can't I swim and why, you know what I'm saying with the numbers, but with the grace of the Almighty, we pulled through, we got there, and so the challenge is continuing. But, there's no buts. The whole world is going through the whole thing. So we're getting there. We're back on our feet again, kind of. Well, we were fortunate enough to train 6 days a week eventually. The morning sessions wasn't in place yet. So it was, I was short on my mileage for the week though. So I had to force the commitment of the kids. And then exams kicking, and for me, education, that comes first, that's prioritized over everything else. So it was a challenge, however, because of the hunger of the kids, and this 12, 13-year-olds, what I must tell you is this, most of my kids are, like we would say, streetwise. They will do their own thing and they will run around and where they can find space and they will kick a ball. So that also helped me a little bit in my training method, where I didn't need to get them on a program, a gym program, or a physical program type of thing. They were doing it on their own. So yes, I was very fortunate to get kids going through the championships, the levels, and I had the numbers of kids swimming there. It is a challenge, but we are here to race, and I'm actually very grateful and thankful for UWC opening their doors and the province organizing, like Mr. Llewellyn and them there, putting this thing together because these kids are really hungry to race and to swim. So they will come out there and they will do their best. It did, but first we had to now explain to them and because there was rulings in place, they had to keep the distance of 1.5 apart, 1.6 at times, and we could only allow 6 swimmers in a lane. And we had to keep that, with my kids, it's always a hug and a greeting and a squeezy here, I had to stop that immediately, So it was a bit of a challenge and it was difficult for them to understand, hey, you finishing off here and you finishing off a meter apart. And so it was a bit of a challenge, but eventually it's got to suck in. I'm sunk in with them, and it got to them, and they realized, hey, but this is a dangerous thing because we implemented it strongly, and we kept the discipline of them keeping the social distancing, and that's what helped us and pulled us through. Well, so far I picked up a bronze so far, and my butterfly. I should pick up, God willing, I should pick up his gold medal tomorrow because he's a flyer. Like I was telling Mr. Llewellyn now, my 7 boys that's here, they're having a ball. They're all in the finals every evening. The medals at this time, if it happens for them, so long they are here. It's just a pity with the girls now. I'm struggling with the girls a little bit. But the medals will come. I always maintain, and this is my belief as a coach, I never try to chase that PB times before Christmas. I always wait for my levels. I work from here. This is my base. This is where I start, and then I will work towards my levels, my national, junior nationals, and senior nationals as well. Every level has its standard of times, as you just said now. So if the swimmer don't make the time, obviously you won't go to that nationals. And this is how they control it. So they keep the fastest guns with each other, racing each other. So if I can make, that is all about qualifying times, and that's what this individual sport as swimming demands of you. It's all about racing in your PB times, your best times is what it is, to get to different levels of swimming. Like this is the A final championship, and in January the B finals were kicking, so the kids that slightly off the times will race at the B finals as well.
An absolutely fantastic event happened at least over a couple of days at UWC, the Western Cape Aquatics Championships, with quite a number of clubs involved there. And sitting on the side of the pool, I managed to spend a bit of time there myself. It was incredible to see just how the athletes were doing on the day and how successfully the clubs were participating. Folks, we'll take a break, and when we come back from the break, we'll carry on taking a look at the second half of the Western Cape Aquatics Championships. Back in a sec, don't go away.